So my name's Kyle Kravitz. I'm actually from Montgomery County, but I work in Bucks and the count, the multiple county area, Chester, Philly. I'm a residential plumber, and I'm a longtime progressive. I was ecstatic to see you ran in one in Arizona. Unfortunately, we're somewhat dealing with someone similar to Sinema in Pennsylvania with Fetterman. He's kind of been a letdown to a lot of us. I'm glad to hear people agree. I'm curious what you're going to do that will be different, because I was pretty shocked to see that you met with a billionaire for a fundraiser named Mark Andreessen. He went on Joe Rogan and he trashed the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. He called he said it's Elizabeth Warren's agency to do whatever she wants, even though they returned over $21 billion to consumers since 2011. I'm also curious why you voted for the Laken-Riley Act when it overrides due process for a lot of immigrants.
Okay, so we'll start with
Kyle Kravitz.
Thank you, Kyle. My general view of how to win elections is you have to get a lot of votes. And that means we're going to have alliances with people that we may not agree with 100% of the time, right? So I'll give you a good example, Mark Andreessen. What I mean with Mark Andreessen runs the largest venture capital firm in Arizona. We want to bring him into jobs as possible. Do I agree with him on everything? No. As a matter of fact, where I disagree with him is the Consumer Protection Financial Bureau. And I actually agree 100% with Senator Warren that needs to be there, needs to be strong, and then it shouldn't be gutted. This is why I join with her every time to protect it. Right now, there's other, we're signing on to amicus briefs, all this kind of stuff to protect it. So my perspective and what happened in the last election is that we got so pure, and we kept so pure that we started kicking people out of the tent. It ends up, there aren't enough people in the tent to win elections. And so I represent a state that has 330,000 more registered Republicans than Democrats, right? 330,000 more than Democrats. Sometimes my decisions are not going to be aligned with the national party. Sometimes those decisions are going to piss off a lot of people. But I know how to win a race in Arizona. And would you rather have me, or would you have someone like Carrie Lake? Now, will I disappoint you? Yes. Because we're not going to be in 100% alignment. Well, I'll always try to work to uphold the values I think that we have as Democrats and Americans. Absolutely. Will I continue to strive to be a better senator for everybody? Absolutely. But yeah, it's tough. I understand my state better than anybody else. And from an outside perspective, you think that I was like going crazy. Good example. All right, let's see who's a geography teacher here. What percent of Pennsylvania is owned by the federal government? Yeah, what's it? 2. Did you actually know that, or are you just taking a guess? Both, okay. Who wants to guess what's in Arizona?
33, 40, 25, 40.
6, we said 60. 60. Because when you combine our federal land, our tribal land, BLM land, everything else like that, we are almost, I think it's like 64% federal land. There are areas of my state that there's a town and it is almost 100% surrounded by federal land, right? I have 22 federally recognized tribes. Pennsylvania has none, right? 22 federally recognized tribes, which are about 4 to 5% of the population. Some of these populations and centers are so far away that you'll have to drive 6 hours to get there. They're entirely 100% reliant on the federal government. So when I have voted, now I'll admit it, I have voted for cabinet members for this administration. You know why? Because I need to at least be able to try to reach somebody for these places. Because there are no other options, right? A good example, the Gila River Indian community had a grant that they got to help update their water system. Got cut by this administration. We called up the Secretary of the Interior and said, hey, what's going on here? And we're able to talk to him and release that money. That doesn't sound like a big deal to people from anywhere else, but that is all these people have. And it's my responsibility to be a senator first. So when you see things that I'm doing, yeah, they may not work here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, but it's very much what I need to do for Arizona to make sure that we're winning Arizona and we're actually serving Arizona. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.